One night, John was passing through a slightly dark road. On the way, he almost stepped on something that looked like dirt. But John, I'm not sure if it's dirt or not. Out of curiosity, John took a closer look and then said, the shape is similar, dirt. Then he held the object and said, wow, soft as shit. Then he kissed it and said, it smells like dirt. But because he was still hesitant, he decided to lick it, then said, damn, it's really dirt. Luckily, I didn't get stepped on. One day, the doctor asked his patient, how did you become mentally ill in the first place?
Starts from a doctor's family relationship.
What about family relations? Try to explain.
Several years ago, I married a widow. The widow had a 20-year-old daughter. Then my father, who was a widower, seduced my stepdaughter. And finally, my stepdaughter married my father, meaning my stepdaughter became my stepmother, and my father became my daughter-in-law. 2 years later, my wife gave birth to my child, and it was my stepmother's younger brother. So that my child calls me father, I can also call my child uncle. At the same time, my wife is the mother of my stepmother, namely, my child's grandmother. And I, as my wife's husband, am the grandfather of my own child. That's the story, Doc. My brain almost exploded, thinking about my family relationships, and finally I went crazy like this, Doctor.
I'm also crazy about your family story. Because the house was cramped, the husband and wife slept in the same room as their young daughter. If he wants to have sex to be safe, the wife pulls out a piece of her child's hair. If there is no reaction, it means it is safe. One night, when she pulled out a piece of her child's hair, it turned out there was no reaction. They are also related. In the morning, the husband took a shower while singing. Last night was good. Last night was good. In the kitchen, the wife answered while singing.
Later tonight, later tonight.
His daughter passed by singing.
Bold for a long time, bold for a long time.
A prison guard tries to comfort the convict, who that day will serve his death sentence in the electric chair. The officer said, "Don't be too anxious. Because the electrical voltage is very high, this happens in a very short time, so you will not feel anything in your death." Hearing that, the convict felt calm. However, a few minutes later, from a distance, someone could hear screams in excruciating pain, and it went on for a long time. The officer said again, "I went there for a while to see." Not long after, he returned. Then he casually explained that there was no significant problem, just a technical problem. Apparently, the electrical fuse broke, so a candle was used instead, that's all.
One day, a child who had just entered elementary school was asked by his mother when he came home from school, "What did you study at school?" "Learn to write." "Ma'am." "Oh yes, great. What you wrote?" "I don't know. I haven't learned to read yet."
A prince in a kingdom lives alone and never socializes. The king was sad to see his crown prince, who was always alone. On the advice of the king's advisor, the prince sought the most beautiful woman in his kingdom to accompany him. The prince was also called his father. "What do you want to be a little less gloomy all the time?" "I just want a friend," answered the prince. "Okay, Dad will find you the most beautiful friend." The next day, the prince came to father. "Dad, why does the friend you're looking for have to be beautiful?" "Of course it has to be beautiful so you like it," said the father. "Oh, I see. Thank you, Dad." The girl the king gave her was truly beautiful. However, the prince still did not change. After a few days, the prince met his father. "Dad, why is the girl so stupid?" the father answered with a serious face. So he likes you,